Morning guys, and welcome back to Carp Bites. You join me today back at Watergate farm. I'm doing 36 hours, or I should be doing 36 hours unless I get a call from work. But yeah, so got a bit of time ahead. Now, I got the rods out first, using the bait and pole, using the tactics I've shown you a few times before. So I've got both baits out. Now, Charlie came around as I was putting the first rod out, and was having a chat. So I put the rod out, and I just put a back lead on, and I was just tightening down to the bobbin. Didn't actually have the bobbin on. I had the line in my hand and the bobbin in the other hand ready to clip on. And all of a sudden I felt the line pulling in my hand, and I looked down and the rod top was bending down a bit, and then it sprang back loose again. So I don't know if it was a bite or anything, or whether it was just a liner, I don't know. But anyway, I put the bobbin on, set it all up. I've had a few twitches on it. Obviously I put the left hand rod out, and I've been getting twitches on that. I've had quite a big twitch on it. I think I might have been done on it. It was going up and down, you know, momentarily, but I was wondering, should I have hit it or not? But I was just literally in the throes of putting the brolly up, so I had my hands full. Maybe if I was sitting by the rod I would have hit it. Who knows what may have happened, but I've had fish like that before here where they're twitching away and it turns out to be a fish on. I'm sure they're shaking their heads trying to get rid of the hook. But anyway, I'm getting activity on both rods. Now, as you may see, when I span the camera around, it's actually, Charlie's done a bit of work. He's done a bit of pollarding and chopped some of the willow branches off. So it's opened this bay right up, and yeah, it's obviously done for the good of the lake. You don't want the branches falling in, and there was a nasty snag over the other side. But it has opened it up. I'm not too sure if it's going to make a difference or not to the fishing. I'm sure the fish are inquisitive, and they're probably coming to see what's been going on in here. I think there's been some fish out of here in the last day or so. So I thought I'd come in here. Like I say, I think anything changes on the lake, the fish like to investigate. If a tree was to fall down, the fish go and have a look, see what's going on. So I thought I'd go in here and give it a go, because it's all freshly trimmed back, but it has opened it out. There's lots less snags and a lot less overhanging branches, which almost negates the need for a pole. I could really cast now to every spot that I'm fishing to. However, I stuck to the pole just for the stealth mode, you know, just to get it out there, ship it out, drop the bait, little handful of bait next to the rig, yeah, nice and quietly. But like I say, now there's no overhanging branches, you could almost cast to where I'm fishing to now. Well, you can actually cast to where I'm fishing to. So anyway, I'm all set up, just put the house up, so yeah, all nice and cushy, and now it's a case of waiting to see if one of these goes off properly. Hopefully they will. Now, I've been watching the social media, and there's been a few fish out over the last few days, so hopefully it's not fished itself out and the fish still want some food. But they've definitely been feeding, so there is a chance. I know there's fish in the area. I've been getting the liners. I've also, you know, I may have been done once or twice, who knows, but keeping the rods where they are and see what happens. Anyway, in the meantime, time for a brew. I'll catch up with you guys in a bit. Okay guys, let me just show you the rig that I'm putting out. This, my old faithful combi rig, using the doubled over rigidity and the choddy hook, and onto a section of soft coated braid, and it's got a little loose section there, and that goes down to a running lead, which is a 2.5 ounce lead. On the running setup, you're on the tubing, and that's can run into the tungsten on the tubing there, which will just pull off if there's too much pressure and that lead wants to slide up. Now what I do before I cast this out, because I want to make sure the lead stays next to the rig, is what I do is I go through the lead loop there like so, round the quick clip system, and do a few granny knots going round like so, and back round the other way. And one more. That's plenty already, but I like to be safe in case any water gets into the baiting spoon. So there you go, that lead is now taped to the quick link, and it won't come off until it's melted, which will then enable it to slide down as a running lead system. So that's the rig in total. So bright. Let's try again.
It's looking lovely.
So here we go, and I actually think the camera needs to go back a little bit. So I need to go back a little bit. There we go. That's perfect. Yeah. Look at that. Filled the frame out.
Lift up a little bit,
and Charlie Fish is going to go 36 on his scales. So it's over 35 on mine. It's definitely a new PB. Absolutely stunning fish. Absolutely stunning fish. And what a PB to have. What a beauty. Wow, that's what we're coming for. Well, this is probably the jewel in the lake. And what a pristine jewel it is. Absolutely fantastic. Happy, happy days. I'll give a couple of more shots. A couple more shots and I'll do the other side. I'm out of breath.
Sorry. Have a rest.
Okay, round two. Here's the other side. Just as pretty as the other side, to be fair. Oh, there. I'll put some stuff on her in a minute, Charlie. But yeah, here we go. Get my hands right underneath. And there we go. Can't argue with that one. Absolutely stunning. Now, I know it's traditional when you have a PB. Do you want to do the honours?
Go get a bucket of water. On three, hold on, just get it up a bit. Okay, 1, 2, 3.
Oh, malicious.
He did a good job.
But that was worth it.
Sorry, I didn't get the fish very well. Oh yeah, I got a good one going on there, but I didn't got the fishing very well, but I got a good bucket of water going. Oh, well done, mate.
Watch, guys, just coming up to 4 o'clock. I'm just starting to calm down after that fish. So I thought I'd catch up with you and let you know what's happening. So I put the rod back, left hand rod, back out using the baiting pole. Little mesh bag of crushed boilies and a small handful of crushed boilies in the spoon with it. Back on exactly the same spot as I picked that fish from earlier. Right hand rod hasn't been touched, it's still down to the right from where I put it this morning, and that's probably going to stay there until something happens or I feel inclined to put it in, but it'll probably be out there all night unless something happens. But so the rods are doing their thing. Just thought I'd catch up because it's been a little while since the last sort of face to camera, and it's been really warm at times. The sun's been blowing down, and when it's been like that and it's been pretty calm, I've started to see a few fish cruising across the top. Not loads, 2 or 3, just milling around, just very subtly touching the surface. So I've got my Polaroids on and I stood on the table behind me and I was watching the water, and I see a few fish. Then they started to go into the lily pads over to my right, which is not a million miles away from where I'm fishing. So yeah, it got me confidence up seeing a few fish milling around. Anyway, I was in the bivvy, just put the kettle on, and left hand rod, off it went, nice and tight, rod tip bending down, leant into it, gave a good account for itself, tried to get up. If the snag had still been in the water, it may have made it, you know. Fortunately it's not there anymore, but started to go up into the bay. Put the brakes on, turned it round, and yeah, soon it was just wallowing around in the open water in front of me, and yeah, got it in a net. I've wasn't too sure. I knew it was a good fish, but I didn't think it was the big one. And even when it was in the net, looking down on it, I thought, yeah, it's a big fish, but a lot of the weight in that fish is in the belly underneath. And it wasn't until I went to lift it out I thought, that's a chunk. So Charlie weighed it on his scales, came in at £36. So I'm going to take £36. It was over 35 on mine. And Charlie weighs all these fish on those particular set of scales, so in Charlie's book it's £36. I'll take that any day of the week. And obviously smashed my PB, so I've got a bit of a soaking, but it's worth it. I'm just glad I didn't catch it in the midwinter. That wouldn't have been much fun. So new PB, £36 on the dot. Beat my personal best, which was 33.12, quite considerably. I caught that 33 pounder back in about 98ish, and so it's been over 20 years that personal best has been standing. Yeah, and what a way to beat it with such a stunning fish. So I'm over the moon, and it was definitely worth getting wet for. But yeah, that's caught on the rig that I showed you earlier, with the combi section of doubled over rigidity, using a hair on the back of the hook and a soft coated hook length of about 12 inches on the running lead setup. Again, seems to be doing the business for me. So yeah, happy days, absolutely buzzing. I feel like there is a chance for more, but I don't really care. I'm absolutely made up. So if I go home tomorrow with that one fish under my belt, I'll be more than happy. But yeah, it was definitely, I would say it's my target fish in here, and target achieved. Absolutely made up. So anyway, that's a catch up. I'll catch you guys again in a little while, and obviously if anything happens, you'll be the first to know. See you in a little while. Okay, it's just getting on for 6 o'clock. I'm about to cook my tea, and I'm having Tesco's finest chicken tikka masala. I've had this before, it's really nice. So I'm just going to whack it all in the Ridge Monkey, and yeah, just warm it up and get it inside me. Yeah, nice. Evening guys, 7:15, sun's going down. Had a bit of cloud cover for a little while, it's got a bit chilly. No doubt it's going to get colder, but yeah, nothing to report on the rods. A couple of single bleeps and things, but yeah, nothing positive. So they're both where they were from earlier. Right hand rod hasn't been touched since I put it out this morning. Left hand rod just repositioned after, well, I say repositioned, put in the same spot with the spoon after that fish. So an eventful day really. Yeah, personal best, I'm absolutely made up. Yeah, what can I say? Oh, here we go. Ooh. Liner. Thought it was going then. It's just dropping back into position. But yeah, so an eventful day. Yeah, so an eventful day. I can't really ask for more. It's the target fish really. I've had my heart set on that fish for a little while now. Since I saw a photo of it, well, that's the one I want. And can you believe it? It actually happened. So like I say, I don't really care if I catch any more or not. But got the night to go, and possibly tomorrow, depending on work. The lake is flat calm at the moment. It's like a mill pond, and I've seen a couple of fish, or could be the same fish, milling around out in the open water out over there. Every now and again it goes over towards the pads, sort of in front to my right. Yeah, I'm thinking that I was tempted to go and get the reel in and go and get my floaters out of the car and put them out there, but realistically I don't think I've got enough time now before it gets dark to get them going strong enough, so I'm not going to bother. but I may go and get them tomorrow if the sun's up and they start mooching around again. But we'll see. I do like a bit of floater fishing. Got the night ahead of us, starting to turn cold, and the rods are out. All's good in the world. I've had my curry, I've had a couple of cans of Heineken, and yeah, that's me sorted. So I'm a very content boy, that's all I can say. I'm very, very happy. So I'm going to put the camera away for the evening in a minute. It's starting to get dark, the sun's going down behind the hill, and yeah, like I say, it's getting cold. And if it happens, I'll get the cameras out and share with you. But there's a strong chance the next time you see me will be in the morning, and no doubt it'll be nice and frosty. So whatever happens, I'll catch you soon. Good morning everyone. As you can see, it's light. You didn't see me in the darkness, so I haven't had a fish. But I did have a strange occurrence about 9:30 last night. Left down rod pulled up tight. Not tight, but the bobbin went to the top and stopped and stayed there. So I hit it and nothing on. So rather than pull the bait out, I sort of wrapped it out and cast it. I've actually done a cast, but yeah, so I cast it out in the darkness. Felt like it landed in the area I wanted. Felt good. However, I wasn't 100% happy. Not when you consider how good I'm getting the position in with the baiting pole. So, a few twitches in the night, a few sharp taps and things got me out of the bag a few times, and about 5:30 this morning the right hand rod was twitching a little bit up and down, which really got me on edge, but nothing happened. A fish did crash out to my right not long after that occurrence. There's been a couple of fish over to my left as well, crashing out, so they're pretty active. And but what I thought I'd do was, when I got up, because I've had so many twitches on the right hand rod, I thought I'm going to reposition it and reposition the left hand rod, which I recast last night. So I've rebaited, repositioned both baits using the baiting pole, and I'm much happier now. So yeah, I'm all set for the day ahead, and we'll see what it brings. But it's a beautiful morning. A little bit of frost, nothing like it has been though, but there is a layer of frost over the unhooking mat. But yeah, it's not nowhere near as cold as it has been the last week or so. So hopefully it'll get nice and warm quickly today. The sun's coming up nicely, and yeah, nice mist on the lake. So I'm going to enjoy my cup of tea and enjoy the morning, and I'll catch up with you in a little while. Okay, so I was just having a look behind the bivvy down the bank, see if I could see anything, and then off goes the right hand rod. So I get back and the rod is hooked right over, and had this scrappy £18.6. He's still fighting. £18.6 mirror. Hard to believe, the one I caught yesterday was pretty much double the size of this. So but happy days. Gave a really good account of itself, really good scrap, so can't complain. Yeah, run me round in circles, run me ragged. I've got me snagged up over in the corner, but I've walked down the bank with the rod, different angle, shoot, 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 and shoot. Yeah, so I walked down the bank with a different angle, got it come out free again. Yeah, and it ran me ragged, like I say, so yeah, nice fish. I thought it was a bit bigger, to be honest, but anyway, I'm not complaining. What a session. Anyway, I'm going to get him back. I'll show you the other side, then I'll get him back and get rid of that. Yeah, so there's the other side, £18.6. What a stunning fish. Absolutely made up. So like I say, small in comparison to the other one. Ordinarily I'd be absolutely over the moon with this, and I am, don't get me wrong, but yeah, nearly half the size of the one I had yesterday, and it's still a chunk. So absolutely made up. What a session. Anyway, I'm going to put him back and get the rods back, or get the right hand rod back on the spot, and catch up with you again in a little while. Watch guys, it's just about 10:30, and as you've just seen, I had that lovely 18-pound mirror at about 9 o'clock, and yeah, gave a good account for itself. I was just walked a few yards behind the bivvy just to see if I could spot any fish in the bay, or any fizzing or anything, and off it went. So I ran back, rod was proper hooped over, fish was well and truly on. It did snag me in the corner, so I had to walk the rod tip up high over the rushes to my right, changed the angle, got it moving, and then walked it back down again, but it gave a proper run around. I thought, to be fair, I thought it was a bigger fish, but I'm not disappointed at all. Anyway, so that was a bit of action this morning, and as you may be able to see or hear, the wind has picked up big time. It's going straight in across the lake, straight into the bivvy, so hopefully you can hear me okay above any wind noise. But yeah, it did make it difficult getting the bait back out on the spot using the baiting pole. Yeah, it was quite a task. I had to sort of start going almost straight out and let it blow the pole all the way around, but got it there in the end. But I think with this wind now it is now, I'll probably pack the baiting pole away, and if I do need to reposition the rods, I'm going to have to do it the old school way and actually cast, is it? Might have to give that a go. Anyway, let's see what happens, and hopefully there's time for another one. But like I say, wind's picked up, it's a bit fresh, but the sun hopefully will come through and make it a bit warmer. But anyway, I'm enjoying myself, I'm having a great time, and just got the kettle on, have a brew and take it easy, and I'll catch you in a little while. Watch guys, just coming up to 4:30, not a lot to report. I did have a little bit of an occurrence on the left hand rod earlier, shot straight to the top. I thought it looked quite tight, pulled out the clip, and then it just dropped back down, and I was that close to hitting it, but I didn't. I thought it might have developed into something. But anyway, since then I've had the green light to do another night, so I'm now booked on till 10 o'clock tomorrow morning. Yeah, so I've got the green light for another night. What I needed, a bit more bait and a bit more food for myself. So I reeled the rods in not long after having that funny take on the left hand rod, and yeah, I popped home, got some fresh bait, got some food, freshened myself up as well, and got back down here. So as you may be able to tell, the wind is still pretty strong, and hopefully you can hear me okay. That's why I got me back to the wind. But yeah, it's still pretty strong. So when I got back, I've used the distance sticks and wrapped up and cast the baits out. Now they're not as good as when I've positioned them with the baiting pole. They're a little bit further away from the edge. So let's see what happens. But I'm fairly happy with them. I mean, they're spots I've picked fish up from before. But since I've had the baiting pole, I can be a little bit more accurate where I want it to really be. It's almost like moving one side of a reed stem or the other side. But anyway, the rods are out. Like I say, I've cast them out. and we'll see what gives. I'm happy with where they are. I did, before I put them out, like I say, I've got some fresh bait from home, and yeah, I've crushed it up and I've sprinkled a bit more over the spots, just hopefully to keep any fish there. Now there's a fella set up opposite. He's the fella that was down last flog, and he had about 5 fish out that time, and he's in the same swim. I'm in the same swim. We'll see what happens, but yeah, it does mean he's got his lines going across the lake, and it could cut me off. Who knows? But we'll see what happens. Anyway, I'm not complaining. I've had a fantastic session already, so yeah, the extra night is just a Brucey bonus. The sun's starting to beat down now. It's been quite cloudy. When the cloud's out, you probably tell I've got my fleece on. It's actually quite chilly, but now that sun's breaking through, it's actually even with the wind, it's really quite nice. So I've had a bit of a change around in the bivvy. When I got back, I've moved my cooking table to the other side of the bivvy, so it's protected out of the wind, because the wind is going into the door at the moment, and it will be throughout the night and into tomorrow morning. But rather than move the bivvy around and not be able to see the water or anything, I've kept it where it is, but just put the stove the other side so it's got some wind protection. But yeah, that's the only change I've made. Same rigs and everything that I was using earlier, still on the running leads. Yeah, we'll just have to wait and see what happens. Oh, watch guys, you may be able to see over my shoulder the rapeseed, the yellow rapeseed in the field there. Obviously I'm getting a really strong scent of that coming over on this wind. It's coming directly from that field over to me, but it reminds me of my kids when they was a bit younger, because me and my missus, we moved down this way about 10 years ago from London. My kids still live in London with their mum. Yeah, so when I was little and I'd come down, we'd be driving along, and all of a sudden you get the waft of the rapeseed, and my kids in the back of the car just go, "Ugh, Bianca breath." I don't know where it's come from, but it's always made me chuckle, and every time I see it and smell it, it always reminds me of Bianca breath. Now whether it's anything to do with Bianca off of EastEnders, I've no idea. I don't know where they got it from. It does look beautiful in the background there, yellow rapeseed, and personally I don't mind the smell, but I know my kids would probably still be complaining even though we're fully grown up now. Anyway, back to the fishing. Okay guys, so I was just sitting there facing the wind in the chair, getting a bit of sun. It's quite chilly though, and right hand rod pulled up nice and tight at this 13.5 pounder. Smallest one of the session so far, but gave a good scrap, really gave a good scrap actually. Yeah, so it's just nice to catch them, nice to get the buzzers going. So happy days. I'll show you the other side, and there you go. There's the other side. He's behaving for the camera, which is really nice. Like I say, he's probably knackered because, yeah, he did put a good effort in there. Anyway, another one bites the dust. I'll put him back, get the rod back out there, and see if we can get another one. Who knows? He's open, but can't be too greedy, can I? Anyway, happy days and in the sunshine, albeit very, very windy still. Okay, so I was just sorting out the right end rod. I had that 13.5 pounder on, just giving the hook a little tickle with a sharpening stone, and left hand rod pulled up tight with this 13 pound on the nose. Lovely fish, lots of scale, very scaly. I say 13 pound, not a monster, but again, gets the buzzers going, gets the heart pumping, and that's what it's all about. What a day I'm having. Absolutely superb. I'll show you the other side. There's a scale lifted on the other side, so I think this is the better side. I'll show you anyway. Now, some people may wonder why I weigh these fish when they're only low doubles is because Charlie, the owner, likes to keep a record of all the fish and the weights they've got, and so you can see if they're coming up or down. So that's why I have a photograph, weigh them all. It's to help Charlie out really more than anything. Like I say, there's a scale lifted off this side. We'll put some propolis on that in a second. But there we go. Shoot, 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 and shoot. But there you go. There's the other side. Yeah, really scary one. £13. Happy days. Yeah, so I'm going to get him back and get the rod set up again, because at the moment I'm not fishing, so we can't have that. So without further ado, I'm putting him away. Cheers, buddy. I'll just do that treatment first. Watch, guys. Just thought we'd have a catch up. It's just gone 5:30. Sun's still beaming down, but it's still very windy. Now, a little while ago, you'd have seen I had that little 13.5 pounder on the right hand rod, and I think that take's probably captured on the action cam. Then photographed, filmed that, put it back. I was just sorting out the rod to recast, and the left hand rod roared off with the lovely pretty 13-pound scaly mirror. So yeah, 2 on the trot, which is pretty unique, but I'm not complaining. But anyway, so I had no rods in the water for a little while, sorted it all out, kept the rigs on. I just needed a little tickle with the sharpening stones, and yeah, good as new, in fact sharper than new. So yeah, they're back out on the same spots, and hoping to see if we get any more action. But yes, let's catch up. Obviously I'll keep you posted, and I'll catch up with you in a bit. Watch, guys, this is about 7:15. Just thought I'd have a catch up. The sun's just starting to dip down, and the breeze is still coming across. That cold easterly wind, it is quite biting, and yeah, it's quite cold, and I think it's going to be a cold one tonight. So nothing else to report on the rods. They're still there from when I had those 2 13-pounders earlier. I've not had any twitches or anything, so we'll see what happens. But before I put the rods out, I did go around and put a bit more bait out, because I'm sure with the activity I've had, the bait that I have put out is probably wiped out. So I did put some more out there, and hopefully if any more turn up, it'll hold them there for a little while until they trip up. But that's the idea, that's the plan. But you know what it's like, come up with these ideas, it could be the wrong thing. But anyway, that's what I've done. Whether it works or not, we'll have to wait and see. But yeah, I've had my tea, I've had pizzas, you know, the little, well, they used to be microwave pizzas, the Goodfellas ones. I think now they're meant to go in the oven, but I just whack them in the Ridge Monkey, a little bit of water, and the steam cooks the top, and obviously the cooker cooks the bottom. It'll come out nice and crispy and molten. Yeah, so a couple of those washed down with a can of Heineken. Can life be any better? I guess it can be, but this is pretty up there, isn't it? Anyway, I'm going to sign off soon. Put the camera away unless anything happens, and I'll catch you in the morning, but hopefully before. So fingers crossed, and you never know, might be in for some more. Only time will tell. Anyway, cheers. Okay guys, just getting on to 8:45 now. It's proper getting dark now. At about 8 o'clock, I had a take on the right hand rod, pulled up tight, rod top banging round, leaned into it, had the fish on, and after a few seconds it was off again. Now when I reeled the rig in, it was a bit tangled up, but more so than you'd think you'd actually be able to hook a fish with, so I wonder if it tangled after it came out of the fish's mouth, or I don't know. Anyway, the rig was tangled when I reeled it in, and I'm lost a fish on the right hand rod. Oh well. So, one of those things. Bait's back out on the same spot, so all we can do now is wait and see if we get another chance. I'm going to be off in the morning, so running out of time now, but hey, I've had 4 fish already, so I'm not complaining. Anyway, I am putting the camera away now, and if it happens, I'll be in touch. Otherwise, I'll see you in the morning. Morning guys, just gone 6 o'clock, so I thought I'd update you. Obviously you didn't see any fish in the night, it's been very quiet. I've had a couple of twitches on both rods, but nothing really to write home about. The conditions wise, the wind picked up again in the night, got quite strong, then it died down again. The lake at the moment is almost mill pond like, but I can see that the wind is just starting to pick up again. And no doubt it will before too long. It's going to be pretty much similar conditions to yesterday, I think. Anyway, it's a frost on the ground. It was a cold night again, obviously. So yeah, a bit of a frost, and not a lot else to report really. So just going to put the kettle on, have a brew, and hope one of these goes off before I pack up. I have to be off of here by 10 o'clock. So I've got, what, 4 hours left? Who knows? It could happen. It could happen. But anyway, I'm not changing anything. The rods are staying where I put them out yesterday. I'm not going to reposition them, refresh the baits or anything. They're going to stay where they are until I either wind them in to go home, or unless something picks them up. That's the update, and I'll catch up with you again soon. Watch guys, just getting on for 9:30. Got a half hour left for one of these to go off. You never know, it may happen, but I doubt it. But anyway, most of the gear's on the barrow. All I've got to pack away now is the cameras and the rods. So I'm going to be packing the cameras away in a second. So come to the end of another session and another vlog. Don't know about you, but I've really enjoyed it. I've had a great time, great couple of nights. Obviously the icing on the cake was that 36-pounder, new personal best. Absolutely made up. Like I say, it was really the fish that always at the back of my mind I wanted to catch out of here, and to actually have it is quite incredible. So I'm over the moon with that. So that is the end of the vlog. The camera's going away. Anything happens on the rods in the next half hour, obviously I'll get the camera out and share with you, but I think that's going to be it guys. So once again, thanks for watching. Any questions, any comments you may have, put them in the comments section below. I'll get back to you. And yeah, until next time, if you get on the bank, be lucky yourselves and stay safe. See you guys.